Touching pain gently. Pain often comes quietly. It doesn't always scream. Sometimes, it simply settles into our chest, our breath, or our silence. And most of the time, we try to chase it away. We distract ourselves, deny its existence, or pretend we're fine. But the Buddha taught that suffering is a part of life. To suffer is not a failure. It's part of being human. And it's not the pain itself that causes lasting damage, but how we relate to it. When we avoid pain, we unknowingly give it power. But when we turn toward it gently, with mindfulness, something begins to shift. We realize that pain is not permanent. It rises, stays for a while, and then, like clouds drifting across the sky, it passes. Mindfulness doesn't ask us to fix our pain immediately. It invites us to sit with it, to breathe with it, to recognize it like an old friend. Hello, sadness. I see you. And in that very recognition, something softens. The tension releases. The resistance fades. Just like a wound needs air to heal, our emotional wounds need space, not judgment. Not suppression. Just presence. To feel deeply is not weakness. It's courage. And to hold space for our pain is not indulgence. It is transformation. As the Buddha said, pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. We may not avoid pain, but we can choose how we respond to it. We can meet it with awareness, with compassion, and with patience. And in doing so, we learn, we are not our pain. We are the one who sees it, who feels it, and who, in time, can let it go. Once we have gently touched our pain, the next step is learning how to truly transform it. Not just to sit with it, but to free ourselves from being ruled by it. This is where the deeper teachings begin. Transforming emotions, the journey from awareness to letting go. We often think that controlling our emotions means not showing them. But according to the Buddha's teachings, transforming emotions is not about suppression. It's about understanding. Emotions, whether anger, sadness, or fear, are forms of energy. When suppressed, they don't disappear. They accumulate and wait for a chance to erupt. But when they are seen clearly and deeply understood, that same energy can be transformed into mindfulness, compassion, and peace. Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh once said, "Emotions are like storms, they come and go. Sit still, breathe, and recognize them. You are not the storm." The first step in emotional transformation is recognition. When strong emotions arise, don't react immediately. Pause. Take a deep breath and exhale slowly. Recognize the emotion with mindfulness. This is anger. This is anxiety. Naming the emotion gently helps you step out of identification with it. You are not the emotion. You are the one who observes it. Next, embrace the emotion with compassion toward yourself. Instead of judging or blaming, speak to the emotion as if you were comforting a crying child. I know, I'm feeling really sad. Kindness toward yourself is the foundation of deep healing. When you treat your emotions with tenderness, they begin to soften. Once the emotion has settled a bit, begin to look deeply into its roots. Emotions never arise without a cause. Each one carries with it a root, perhaps from the past, from an unhealed wound, or an unmet longing. When you listen deeply, you'll begin to understand the why. And when there is understanding, forgiveness follows for others, and for yourself. Finally comes letting go. Once an emotion has been seen, understood, and embraced, there is no need to hold on to it. Like a passing storm, you can step out and welcome the sunshine. Letting go is not abandonment. It is freedom. It is the quiet courage to move forward without carrying the weight of what has already passed. When you know how to transform your emotions, you are no longer their victim. You become the master, someone who lives gently, resiliently, and with deep insight. Transformation is a journey. There is no rush. Every time you breathe mindfully through a storm within, you are taking one step closer to your true self, the place of peace that nothing outside can ever reach.